Hello again. Gonna play another game today. Coming off a loss yesterday to a 1716 rated player. That does not look like I have the right grid selected for that. Can I fix that real quick? Not easily, apparently. So let me maximize this. That just bugs me. I can't stand stuff like that. I am mildly OCD. Alright, there we go. So, oh, and of course it doesn't go back where I want it. Why would it? It's way too easy. Alright, so to rearrange this for you, because I know you're fascinated by that stuff like I am, right? Right. So today we're going to play the same that we've been playing, 20 minutes and 20-second increment, and hopefully do a little bit better than we did yesterday. So I don't want to do that on top yet. Okay, so I've gone back to blue. Bad mojo to change it up yesterday. I lost immediately, right? Oh, I'm examining, so I need to get rid of that. There we go. And once again, my formula is at least 150 points lower than me and no more than 250 points higher than me. So hopefully we'll get a good game out of that. I am kind of concerned I don't have my sound on. Let me check that real quick. Oops. Sounds, enable sounds. Okay, they're on. I've got a little toggle over here, but it doesn't tell me whether they're on or off. I kind of wish it did. Okay, so put that up there to look at. We've played 17 games. I've lost 2 of them. I should put little stars by the ones I lost. Like I lost this one. There's no video of number 16, and there's no video of number 6. But whatever, it's not that big a deal. And I don't know how long I'm going to do this. This is almost every day. It's not quite every day. Wednesdays are tough for me because I'm not by myself at home like I am most other days during the summer. And then before too long, I've got school coming back up. I'm a teacher by trade, so that's why I have a lot of time during the day right now, is because school is out. But once school picks back up, I won't have nearly as much time to do this kind of thing. I'll do as much as I can, and I may have to do shorter games since I'll have less free time. But, you know, I'll try to do something. So we'll see. I'm kind of afraid of... Yesterday was my first day, I think, to have the shrunk down rating range for my formula that I'm seeking with, and I got a game fairly quickly, but I was afraid that I wouldn't get a game fairly quickly. So that's kind of what's happening now. Too much longer, and I'll pause the video until I get a game. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that now if I can. Let's see, can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. I'll restart the game whenever, or I'll restart the video whenever I have a game. Well, I don't have an opponent yet, but it's been a while, so I thought I'd come back and say I'm still waiting. Maybe I could run something by you real quick while I'm on video here and see what you think. I have one of my hobbies. Oh, there's the game, so I'll do that later. I'll run that by you later. Alright, so 1500 rated player. We're going to play French. Oh, I don't have my... There we go. Always on top, please. And we're ready. That kind of blocks the console. It does 2 things. One, I hate this. This is going to go into an exchange. Whatever. It's okay, maybe it's not. Just 90% of the time when they do that, they will go ahead and take on d5, so that's fine. And I always play c5 here. That way I can play knight c6 underneath it. Now, if he plays bishop b5, then I play bishop d7. Okay. So as I was saying, these moves are pretty natural, I think. Although, man, sometimes I think I should play d4 here and grab that space and prevent him. Why does he play d3? It seems like a bad move I should punish right away. Maybe it isn't. Alright, so my thought then, I'm going to take a second here. My thought then is to play d4. d4 is going to sort of isolate his, not really isolate, but you know what I mean, the e5 pawn. I can play b6 and have this long diagonal then, and this bishop is healthy. Whereas it's usually a problem here. Why don't we just do that? And then I'm going to work on getting that bishop on this diagonal. With my knight on c6, probably. Maybe on d7. I don't know. I was trying to say earlier that this... every time I try to say that, something happens. It's just getting castled there, and that's fine. Alright, knight c6. Having this here helps the aspect ratio of the videos. Whenever I make a video that only has... yeah, I should have thought of that. That only has the board in the window, then it gets stretched on chessvideos.tv. Which I think is a limitation of the video player. And maybe not something I should be terribly concerned with. I'm looking at queen b6 here. I'm looking at c3. I am looking at queen c7. Or probably not that. I'm going to play queen b6 here. It reinforces d4, so whenever he plays c takes d4, c takes d4, I have a defender on another defender on the d4 pawn, which I'm going to want to keep. I can also then play later on maybe bishop c4. It's also, of course, always keeps an eye on b2. The second thing that this does over here is blocks the console from me, so I don't see as much chat, which will tend to distract me. And so it fills up the screen so that the aspect ratio for you guys, and it isn't just wasted space or black space or something like that. So, all right. I mean, I assume I just play c4 here. C takes d4. Sorry. So I could, man, I could play knight takes, and then when he swaps knights, then I've got the d4 pawn with one fewer attacker. I don't know. It seems weird. I think I'm just going to take c takes d4 here. All right. I think I want to play f6. Or is there something better? Okay, so f6 is what I'm thinking here. f6, pawn takes, knight takes. f6, if he leaves it alone, then I just take here. Yeah, you know what? Let's look at that line. f6, and let's say pass for white. Takes with the knight, knight takes, pawn takes, and then we have some kind of ugly stuff here that I wouldn't be too thrilled with, honestly. Maybe f6 isn't right. Maybe I should take 2 moves to get my knight out. Yeah, hey, knight e7 to d5 seems pretty good. Alright, I'm going to go there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now where does my dark square bishop belong? Excuse me. Dark square bishop could come to here and then just have to move, so I don't like that. So probably just e7. It takes away... Yeah, no, I think this is good. Bishop e7. Yeah, I'm also thinking about making it go to bishop z5, and then my queen can come back here without fear. So let's do this. You can't play b4 because I just take it. Now that's strange. Trying to get it to here, I guess. Can't say that I blame him. That seems okay. Alright, so my plan right now then is to get castled. He's going to play knight c4. I'm going to play queen c5. And that's another defender for him on e5, so that seems good for him. But then I can play f6 without a problem. Is there any other threats for him coming here? Yeah, maybe getting into this square. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I'd like to be able to play b6 right now, but I can't. Okay then, what should I do here? Kind of got a little mess going, don't I? I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to play castles, knight c4, queen c7. Then if he plays something silly like that, I'll just take it and be up a pawn, I guess. Okay, castles. Alright, so I have two attackers here. He has two defenders here. f6 will probably undermine it successfully. Well, that gives me another hole over there, doesn't it? I'll take advantage of that later. Right now, why is he doing that? Right now I think f6 is the right move. Alright, so now I can either take, and I don't know what to do here. I'm going to take either with the knight, or with the rook, and I think the knight looks right. The knight looks right. Alright, he has two attackers here, I have two defenders. I can shore it up with, Is that really what you want to do? Well, my first thought is just to take that. Because I think this is rapidly changing to where my dark bishop is my bad bishop and it's his good bishop. So yeah, I mean, I'm all over that piece right now. But Problem is I'm going to have to play e5 and e4 at some point, I think. Which I think I can do pretty quickly. So my queen's protecting e5, isn't it? So yeah, take. Take and play e5, I think. Especially if he... Okay, I was hoping kind of hoping he would do it with the knight. But it doesn't matter much. Alright, here we go. I think I have an advantage coming out of that opening, which I'm kind of lucky for, but I think I do. Oh, wow. That seems like a waste of tempo to me. Okay, so I've freed my bishop, which needs to be developed now. Either that or push e5 right now. e5 has one defender and one attacker on it for me, so I could successfully do that. So let's look at e5, d takes, knight takes. And I have central space and good bishop versus bad bishop, and all my pieces are in good spots. So e5 looks good. e5, d takes, knight takes. And he needs to develop somewhere, which I assume he would play bishop d3. And I don't know, I can play bishop f5 there or something. But I want to develop my bishop sooner than later, so I can get my rooks into the game. So my first thought here is to develop the bishop first, but I don't want to miss the chance to play f5. So what if I play bishop f5 and bishop f5, he plays something like knight h4 as is annoying, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and play e5, or e4. I think it is something I want to do. Got a nice square on c3 if I could. Wow. Wow. Knight c3 jumps, but he could just play queen d1. So is there better than that? I really want to take my time here. I feel like I'm playing very slowly. There's something like rook takes f3, something takes, and then knight d2. No, the other knight's defending d2 as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and secure my bishop over knight advantage here, even though that's his bad bishop. Alright, so I want to go ahead and take that.
Check.
Alright. Now, I wish I was defending e8 so I could get the rook in the game a little bit better. I have to make this bishop active now. What's the best place to put that bishop? g4? f5 is well, no, f5's okay. So, f5 or g4? I think g4 is a little weird because you just play h3, which he probably wants to do anyway. F4 is not much of an easy way to get rid of it from there. Knight H4, and I can just pull it back to somewhere. I don't know, maybe that's wrong too. Obviously E6 is out. Alright. Gotta get those rooks connected, so I have to move it somewhere. So I'm going to move it here. Okay. So he's moving very, very quickly. I'm considering D3, but I think it's going to be harder and harder to support that as I go. So I'm going to get some rooks behind at D8. So probably going to push play rook A to D8, and then the F rook can go to the E file. Alright. Right now he's got 3 attackers, and I have 2 defenders, so I need to defend it again. I can defend it with D3. Hmm. I think I'm going to go D3 and then rook E8. Oops, that doesn't... Yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine. It removes an attacker as well as my defender, so it's fine. Whoa, what are we doing there? He's making some odd moves. Not entirely sure what that is. I think just rook E8 here. Rook Fe8. So I'm half tempted to play something like knight B4. Playing like instantly. Alright, strongly considering rook E2 here. Yeah. Rook E2 while I have the chance, I think. Alright, now rook C2 looks interesting. In fact, does that trap the queen? No, but it makes it go into the corner, doesn't it? Yeah. Rook c2 is going to make it go to a1. Or, yeah. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, so now we need to deal with that bishop somehow. Now we only have one attacker, so I can successfully move the bishop away from the diagonal that protects d3. Just no good place to do that, though, is there? Kind of in the way in most places. So I knew knight h4 would be annoying, but whatever. So I think bishop e6 to f7, and then maybe I can go here if I have to. Okay. He has over 25 minutes on his clock. He'd take just a second before he made a move. He'd probably be doing better than I am here. But he moves very, very quickly, which I think is one of his problems, probably. I mean, he's not just hanging pieces left and right, but yeah, he could make a little bit more thoughtful moves. I think his rating would probably go up. Okay, I have some fun things like knight b4 possible here. That just hangs a pawn right away, so that's definitely weird. I'm not sure where he's trying to go. I mean, I'm not going to queen anytime soon. I'm going to need to remove some rooks before I do that. But just taking the pawn on b3 looks great right now. Oh, no. He's attacking my rook. I got to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Yeah, so he's attacking my rook. Looking around for tactics, just because that knight is out of place. Just thinking about just retreating the knight or the rook to c whatever 5 here. Yeah, I don't really like going back to e2, so let's come all the way back over here. And what I can do now is possibly refocus, redirect my attack. I could to rook h5. It's kind of one thing I'm considering here. Now, the pieces are a little bit disconnected now. I also still have the b3 pawn. Okay, he decided to defend that. So rook h5, he just plays knight f3. So is there a way I can pile up there? Maybe then I play bishop g4. But if nothing else, it at least gets that knight out of the way, and I can get this diagonal back if I want to. Could also blunder here, couldn't he? I guess. Alright, that feels like a bad move to me. That feels like a bad move. I don't necessarily see what to do about it right away. Alright, I'm thinking about knight d4. Which would be eyeing this square here. And then we're going to have some tactics along this diagonal. And maybe here. I think knight d4 improves the position of my knight. Oh, it just hangs a pawn though, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't do that. What's wrong with me? What about knight here? I don't know, I'm running out of good moves. This is annoying. You just improve the position of my pieces. Bishop h3 does that. So let's do that. Wow. He is making some just like the weirdest moves. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Alright. I'll try to capitalize this way, except yeah, I think that's okay. Although, what about try to see knight f4 right before that? Knight f4 is okay. I just move the rook back. He takes, I take. Alright, what are you doing now? Trying to pile up on this. Okay. I was looking at knight takes, queen here, or knight takes, king takes, queen here. Both of those look pretty good. I mean, rook h3 here, how does he stop mate? Rook d5, he just plays f3, which is bad for him, but I mean, it stops mate. So, how about this? Oh, I guess knight h4. Shoot! Ugh. That's annoying. Oh, well, he missed it. That should be forced mate now, right? Queen h2, king here, queen h1, and he can't escape here.
Check.
This is a pretty awful game. I feel like I played really badly. I feel like I played really badly. I'll tell him thanks for the game. Say thanks for the game. Good luck. Yeah, so I'm gonna look at this just a bit and see if I didn't have better. So why not here? I hate that it doesn't allow me in examine mode. I need to do that. I need to set that to do that automatically. Okay, so yeah, here, why not knight h4? Because he's already moved. Good grief. Knight h4. What do I do? Now TJ's gonna gripe at me. Oh, pin on d3 is strong. Yeah, I know. What do I do here? I mean, I was thinking about, you know, working the knight in, which I think probably this. So you can't move this piece, or I mate immediately. How's he going to stop? Will you be able to do this? That might have worked. Yeah, I'm just not totally sure what I should do here. Okay, so some other spots I want to look at here real quick while I've got the video going, since this was a fairly short game. Might look at it with the computer. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, I hope I can read this. I messed with the colors. Yeah, I can read it. Okay, so computer says black advantage here. I need to auto start that so I can read it. I hope you guys can see that at the bottom. I just want to come in and look at the numbers and see if I didn't miss a tactic here. I wasn't sure where to put this bishop. Let's see what Houdini says about it. Bishop g4. See, bishop g4 and f3, and I wasn't sure what to do. So let's take a look. Bishop g4, f3, and then I can go to bishop e6. So back where I was going to go in the first place, but I've created a weakness, I guess, is what Houdini is saying. Okay, so I can buy that. Yeah, Houdini hangs on me. There it goes. It says rook d2? Oh, for white. Okay, no, sorry. I don't know. I'll be interested to see if I didn't hang something or miss him hanging something in this game, because it felt like it, and I just felt like a lot of my moves were kind of generic, you know, not really hitting. Okay, here's the way I felt the whole game. This is actually a good way to put it. Generic is kind of the word. I feel like my moves were like, you know, generally when I have that pawn there, I'm going to want to put a rook in front of it. So in other words,
check.
Generally speaking, whenever I have a pawn on d3 and the two rooks lined up, I'm going to want to play rook e2 at some point. It just seemed like generally, but was it really doing as much as I thought it was? Yeah, Houdini says rook fe1 here. So what do I do now?
Check.
I don't know. I mean, okay. I still don't have much of an advantage according to Houdini. So in other words, my moves were just generic moves. His moves were, you know, a lot of times strange. A lot of times strange. And it didn't seem like I really took advantage of it. I just kept playing generic moves. So I'm kind of disappointed in my play. You guys probably know what I mean here. You probably have felt this before. I don't know. It just didn't feel like my heart was in the position ever. Didn't feel like I ever treated the game the way it needed to be treated. And that's a mental thing that I'm trying to work past. Maybe I saw the 1504 up there and knew that he wasn't going to put up as much fight as the 1700 that I played yesterday. But, 2 weeks ago I was 1513, so I don't know. I should have played better. Anyway, hopefully you guys can help me out in some spots on here. I'll look through the game and probably spot the same tactical stuff that you guys are going to spot as you're watching it. So feel free to comment on it or whatever. But I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.